Hey, fuck going on, ladies, gentlemen, anyone who I might have just offended by not using a gender inclusive term there. Welcome to Clown Questions, the show where questions are asked and answers are attempted. I'm your host, Matt Clown Emoji. Yes, that is my real government name. And for the next week and a half, America is going to be asking themselves, can Brock Purdy stop the inevitable? Probably not. But we're all praying he does. So who's down to clown?
That's a clown question, bro.
Can Brock Purdy stop the inevitable? So obviously the 49ers are facing off in the Chiefs in this rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl from the 2019 season. Both the Lions and Ravens went out in putrid, pathetic fashion. The Lions blew a huge lead from halftime, and the Ravens just seemed like they couldn't get anything going on offense aside from Zay Flowers, who did his best to not make crucial mistakes, even though he made many of the ones that cost him the game. But I love Zay Flowers, so I'm not trying to trash him right here. I'm just trying to answer the question, can Brock Purdy stop the inevitable? I hope so. Again, it's like last week where I'm begging Captain Lamarca, please save us. The big meme last week was the Star Wars meme with the Sith and the red lightsaber against the good Jedi, and it's Chiefs and Taylor Swift and Kelsey and all that craziness all going up against Lamar Jackson. And any entity that existed ever that put, all 32 NFL teams, but then they threw MLB, NHL, and then they started throwing in random countries, flags, corporations. You put an Apple logo in there, Apple against the Chiefs. That's what it feels like. It's Chiefs versus everyone. I used to like them. They used to be more tolerable, but this year they've become insufferable. Maybe it's because of all the Mr. Pfizer commercials. But yeah, I'm hoping Brock Purdy can stop the inevitable. I don't have a lot of confidence in him. You know, you look back on the previous Super Bowl when Jimmy Garoppolo was the starter. That 2019 season, by the way, both this year and Jimmy Garoppolo's year that I'm referencing, Purdy and Garoppolo each played 16 games. Purdy missed the one game with injury. And Garoppolo had a passer rating of 102. Purdy's passer rating, 113. So obviously slightly better, but not by much. And if you think about it, in 2019, there was no Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, and probably more importantly, there was no Trent Williams. So, Purdy got to a Super Bowl arguably with less talent. The defense may have been better, but at least on offense, he didn't have nearly the talent. He was able to go up 20-10 against the Chiefs. So I'm hoping Purdy can do the same. He's got more talent, and I think he's a more talented player. I probably shouldn't have compared him to Jimmy Garoppolo because that might piss off a few Purdy fans, but I don't care. I'm just terrified of Patrick Mahomes, and I think everyone should be. But anyways, we'll move on to the other game. Why the Chiefs are even in this game? It's their fourth Super Bowl in 5 years, and they beat a Ravens team that seemed to be the most complete unit and overall talented team in the NFL. My main gripe with them is obviously there's been this discourse this week about how Lamar was sitting in the pocket too long that game. He didn't run enough. He didn't use, both of his skill sets. He kind of got in a passing shootout with Mahomes in a low scoring game. He had 37 passing attempts. But my problem wasn't necessarily with just Lamar not running the ball. I agree he had some looked like open pockets where he could have grabbed 10 yards on a scramble. But the Ravens in general didn't run the ball. During the season, they averaged 30 rushing attempts per game. Against the Texans, they had 42. Obviously, they blew them out in that game, so you're running out the clock and you're getting all those attempts in. But against the Chiefs, the Ravens only had 16. Only 16 passing attempts. That's not enough on a team that was successful this year, predicated on running the football. It's just disappointing to watch, and I'm glad Lamar is going to win the MVP, but he seems like he can't show up in the big moment just yet. It's almost I would hate to invoke LeBron as a huge LeBron fan. That's what came to my mind is just he can't quite get over that hump yet. This is like Lamar before, he joined the Miami Heat and then choked to Dirk. So Lamar might have another choke or two, but I still believe he will get them a Super Bowl, like he said, post-draft. So anyways, next question. Let's get to the NBA. And the question the NBA has is, does defense even exist anymore? Obviously, we've had recent 70-point games, one from Joel Embiid, one from Luka Doncic. Obviously, just fantastic displays of scoring for both of them, along go with, 62 from Cat and 62 from Devin Booker. Like, scoring is at an all-time high in the NBA. NBA teams are averaging 115.6 points this year, which is up almost a full point from last year. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but you put it in the, bigger picture. You go back a decade from now, teams were averaging 100 points per game. So I don't know if it's, the rule changes that are, have been a little bit changed that are more favored to shooters, like a Curry or a LeBron or just someone who gets off a lot of shot attempts per game. And I think it's good and bad because personally, I love scoring. Everyone, so those rules in the NFL that are, favoring the offense over the defense, I don't mind because I like watching points. But in the NBA, when these rules aren't necessarily making the game more entertaining, there might be higher scoring, but, 20, 25 of those points are going to be free throws that, adds clock stoppages, timeouts, and just makes the last 2 minutes of the game last 30 minutes. So personally, I'm not a fan of, favoring the offense too much in the NBA because I think it gets out of hand and makes a product a little unwatchable. But, I'll still be there for the playoffs. But, between here, the end of the NFL season and NBA playoffs, it'll all be college basketball, just keeping up with Caitlin Clark and hoping Iowa can make another Final Four run. I'm not even going to cut me drinking the water because that's how lazy I am for editing. I'm working on it, okay? It takes long enough to fucking work out with Alec Trebek over here, that bastard. You talk to it a bit. But yeah, I mean, 4 70-point games in the past calendar year or so in the NBA. There's no defense to be found and could be good, but I'm worried how it could affect the watchability of the league. And side note, while we're on the NBA, since when was Dylan Brooks' nickname the Villain? Okay, I got a notification from Bleacher Report the other day, and it was like, oh, the Villain gets into a scrap with LeBron or whatever the heck happened. I'm like, the Villain? Are they really talking about Dylan Brooks? I'm partial. You see the Lakers gear, so I had my share of fun making fun of Dylan Brooks, probably publicly on Twitter at the time. But I don't know. It was just never not funny to me that Dylan Brooks said, I don't respect someone until they give me 40. And then the next game they proceeded to lose by 40 points. LeBron didn't have 40, but he had 40 between rebounds and points, 20 and 20. Anyways, Dylan Brooks, I don't know if you deserve the nickname the Villain. That's one of the coolest nicknames you could have. I think that'd be more suiting for Kevin Durant. But at the same time, maybe Durant kind of effed himself over a little bit by trying to nickname himself, He tried to do that. And how's that working out for you, Kevo? Of course, I am talking about the Slim Reaper, which, might be used by some people, but I haven't heard anybody saying it. I prefer to refer to as Durant as the Slim Snake, or this is off the cuff, and I'm not a comic. I'm a fucking lowly podcaster who's about to criticize the same team that I had to talk about in a prior episode. And I have to ask this question, which is a ridiculous question to be asked if you're hearing this on, Texas radio. Has Texas gone soft? Now, the gun-toting state is not what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to how they want to succeed secede from the United States. I'm, of course, talking about the Texas basketball team and their continued obsession with telling people that horns down is wrong. So BYU students at a game a few days ago, they were asked to remove T-shirts spelling out horns down. And again, I think that's ridiculous. Horns down every day of my life. And on a post on ESPN, former NFL safety and Super Bowl champion TJ Ward, I think, summed up my feelings on this perfectly. He stated the hypocrisy in ESPN's comment section. Here's what he said. If you bold enough to throw up a sign in glorification, then that same sign is up to be disrespected by all opposition. Don't bang if you're not gangsta. LOL. And, TJ, I couldn't have said it better myself. And I hate to have to be the guy that says this, but I have to get this message across. Rodney Terry, don't bang if you're not gangsta, okay? Moving on. Is the Pro Bowl dead? Now, apparently, there was a pretty controversial ending to the Pro Bowl last year. I guess Kirk Cousins took a knee to seal it, but the rule said that that's a penalty because you're not allowed to run. You had to pass in that situation. I don't remember this, and I think that's a testament to how forgettable the Pro Bowl is. But anyways, I guess I should pick it. NFC has won the last 2 Pro Bowls, and AFC, but the AFC is 5-2 in their last 7. This is flag football. I don't think many people are watching, but my prediction is AFC minus 6.5 and take the over. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can bet on this. The Pro Bowl over would be the easiest over ever. Like, imagine bet on NBA All-Star basketball game. I'll take the over, please. There's no defense in a regular game. Why would there be defense in a fake game? Anyways, if anyone knows where the betting odds for the Pro Bowl are and what sportsbook I could bet on it, please let me know, because that would be sick and that would be worthy of coming out of retirement to gamble. But staying in the NFL, does Destroying deserve a shot in the NFL? The kicker and YouTuber signed a deal with a UFL team, the San Antonio Brahmas. And I ask if he deserves a shot in the NFL because it seems like his YouTube career kind of deterred from what the college he was attending approved of. They wanted him to be completely all in on football, and he said, why would I not focus on YouTube? Kicking could be, maybe only a few-year career. YouTube I can hopefully do for life, and I intend to do that. So Destroying's, pretty motivational from that perspective, but I think he deserves a shot in the NFL. The Bills and Packers, and now maybe even probably the Lions fans are in the back of the classroom screaming to, have their team sign Destroying. He's very talented from what little I've seen of him, and I don't know. Give him a shot. What do you have to lose? Anders Carlson had 6 missed extra points this year, Packers. Could it really get much worse than that? But moving on, let's go to everybody's favorite game show, In Jeopardy. Hello, everybody. My cameraman sucks, but I'm your host, Alec Trebek, and don't be mistaken, that was a C in my... that was a C in my name, not an X. But yeah, welcome to In Jeopardy, the segment that is in jeopardy pending a copyright infringement lawsuit. Tonight we are joined by Super Bowl champion Marshawn Lynch. Welcome to the show, Beast Mode. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Oh dear Lord, this could be a problem. Well, if you're of what you might say next, I'm just going to pick the category for you. Let's start it off with new trivia. Who dis for 100? 49ers and the Chiefs marks the 8th Super Bowl rematch ever, but only these teams have played each other 3 times in the Super Bowl. I'm just here so I don't get fined. That, of course, is incorrect. And remember, Marshawn, every answer must be in the form of a question. So let's try this again with new trivia 200. The 2018 NFL draft class featured all-pros such as Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, but only one quarterback in this class has ever made it to a Super Bowl. I'm just here so I don't get fined. No. Sam Darnold, who is backing up Brock Purdy for the 49ers in Super Bowl 58. All right, fuck it. 300. Sticking with the 49ers, this man already won a Super Bowl and is a father to one of the players in San Fran, who is, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Well, at least he answered with the question this time, but no, it's Ed McCaffrey, Christian's dad. All right, moving on. Let's go to who'd he play for 100. Joe Montana in October of 1992. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Damn it. No, he played for the 49ers. Come on, that's a layup. All right, you can't possibly get this next one wrong. 200, here we go. Marshawn Lynch, September 2010. Oh, that's easy. Who are the Buffalo Bills? Yes, finally. Okay, maybe you did come to play today. Hell yeah, I did. Now let's go to who you played for, 300. Wow, loving the initiative. Okay. Ken Griffey Jr., August 2008. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And we're back. Damn it. Okay, last category here is quote notes. Let's just start it off with a 100. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Oh, who is me? Ding, ding, ding. Well, although it seems like you only get the questions about yourself, right? You're sitting at 300. Still an uphill battle for you to get to 1,000 and not get kicked off the show, but give me the 200. Child, please. Child, please. Who is my main man, Ocho Cinco? The judges will accept that, yes. Chad Ocho Cinco, a.k.a. Chad Johnson. Last post-it note on the board here. And you lucky motherfucker. It's the Daily Double. All right, this is for all the marbles. I put the team on my back, though. Who is Greg Jennings? Holy shit, he did it. Wow. Yo, why the mic right here? How come my score only just changed out? 1,100 points, new show record. You've bested Aaron Rodgers, and damn it, that means you're on the show next week. Thanks for joining us today, Marshawn. Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined. You've made that abundantly clear. Well, until next week, folks, I'm going to go take off this ugly jacket that hasn't fit me since the pandemic. I shouldn't do that on the... Anyways, let's get on to the next segment. Pass or play? All right, first one. Lamar Jackson is not an elite passer. I'm going to pass on this one. I feel uncomfortable talking about it. He's the MVP. Love him. I thought he was the one who was going to defeat Thanos and, get Mahomes away from the next Infinity Stone. But alas, I am passing on. Is Lamar an elite passer? Question, no pun intended. Yeah, let's move on. Here's a quote from Dan Campbell for the next one. This may have been our only shot. That plays. Sorry, Lions fans, but y'all had it. Y'all had it right in your firm in your grasp at halftime. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson waved goodbye, and that was a death sentence. And I'm sad for the Lions, but also I'm excited for the Packers because we're about to take the North right back from you, motherfuckers. Good luck as a wild card next year. All right, next one. Taylor Swift needs to be Usher's guest star at the halftime of the Super Bowl. That plays. Come on, give me all the Taylor. Okay, hear me out. I know I trashed Taylor a bunch last week, and I'm not going to apologize, but I'm going to trash her less. When the stats came out, I was counting during the game, see how many times they showed her. They showed her 7 times, 8 times if you count a Grammys commercial, which I don't because that's canon. But 7 times isn't that many. That was all in the first half. They didn't show it all in the second half. And then they showed her at the award ceremony, but who cares about that? That's not counting. It's overblown, how much people are sick of seeing her. She's really not on your TV screen all that much. But thank God she has time to get back from Tokyo at Final Eras Tour in time for the Super Bowl to be in Vegas. All I ask Taylor is just do one song. I know you don't have a song with Usher, or maybe you do, but just one song, serenade Travis, and hopefully that's bad enough karma to lead Anna Fry and the 49ers to a Super Bowl victory. Let's move on. Here's a quote from Steelers owner Art Rooney II. I think the biggest thing we need is quality play at the quarterback position. That plays shots fired at Rudolph, Pickett, and Trubisky, the misfit reindeers in Pittsburgh. Rudolph had the best 2-game stretch of any of them, so that's saying something. Is it J.J. McCarthy time in Pittsburgh? I'll have to talk to my brother about that because he's a diehard Pittsburgh fan, which is a funny story. Actually, he became a Pittsburgh fan out of spite. I was rooting for the Packers during the Super Bowl, and evidently I was very annoying. So now he's a Pittsburgh fan. But anyways, shout out Jonnu Smith. My brother plays for the Falcons. But anyways, yeah, Art Rooney's right. So Pittsburgh, might be time to go shopping. Kirk Cousins is on sale. Last one here. John Angelos agreed to sell the Orioles to 2 private equity billionaires for $1.7 billion. I'm going to pass because I don't know much about the ownership in the Baltimore Orioles. But just a quick scroll through Orioles Twitter, and it looked like fans are elated. So congrats, Orioles. It seems like anytime you get a new owner in sports, almost 90% of the time, that's a good thing. Washington's glad they got rid of Dan Snyder, and it seems like Baltimore's glad he's gone. So I guess you got a small victory after the Ravens disgusted me with their lack of running the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Like Sandra Bullock said in The Blind Side, which, side note, that's a wild way to find out that shit is bullshit. It's like 12 years later. It's like Michael Oher knew this the whole time. I don't know why he didn't tell us earlier, but shout out Michael, who did win a Super Bowl with the Ravens. I'm rambling now. Let's get on to the Goosebump Moments of the Week. Coming in at number 5, we've got a play from the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is to ice the game against the Ravens. MVS.
He goes long and on his back.
If you don't speak Spanish, that's Spanish for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Huge win for KC, obviously. 4th Super Bowl trip, 5 years. And I'm pissed they're here. But what are you going to do? I'm pissed for them. Pissed that they are there. But happy for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He was a former Packer, so shout out MVS. Happy for you. Next moment, we got Pacers, Suns. Can't get the rebound. Obi Toppin's got it. Get the board, get the finish. And the Pacers would go on to win this game. I mean, elite hustle.
This possession, I think, exemplifies the way the Pacers have been.
The trier too. Obi's there for the cleanup and the clincher. All right. Who do we got next? We got Jameer Nelson Jr.
Nelson can't put him up by one. He got his own miss. What a play.
Grab your own rebound. That's the Obi Toppin on steroids. Isn't that the back end here? Damn! Damn! Ernest Uday Jr. on that block. And TCU would go on to win this game. Pretty obvious. It wouldn't be Goosebump Moment of the Week if they lost. But next
Purdy
one,
sends Kittle in motion right.
hate to do it to the
Purdy
Lions
out of the
faithful.
shotgun, drops a couple
But
of steps,
Purdy
gonna take a
to
deep
Ayuk.
shot to Brandon
Doink.
Ayuk. It's deflected and caught. Ayuk caught it out of the air. A flag is also down. Did Ayuk score? He got touchdown on the 2-yard line.
That's going to be DPI
Boo.
and a deflection, and Brandon Ayuk never gave
Incredible
up on the
play
football
by
and
Ayuk.
came down with it.
It was funny.
at the 2 or
Ayuk
3
saw,
yard
was watching top 10 plays on
Unbelievable
SportsCenter. He was
play as
complaining that
Brock
his is
Purdy
number
took a
2.
deep drop.
But you're number 2 on this list too, buddy. So suck it. But please beat the Chiefs. Sorry, I didn't mean to go after Ayuk there. But last moment, we got Oregon State going up against number 9 Arizona, trying to get an upset. And Jordan Poole, not Jordan Poole. Look what he did.
They wasted 5 seconds. Jordan Pope for the win.
Storm the court. Who doesn't love a good court storm? What an upset for the Beavs. Jeff, what more can you say about that? It's just awesome. Just be cordial, fans. You can storm the court. Just a cordial court storm. That's all you got to do. But here, does a Jordan Pope shit in the woods? Nah. He's cold as fuck and he hits. Game. Gamers. Pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. Yeah. I never really know how to end these shows, so I guess I'll start trying to end them on a question. And tonight, that question is asked by TikTok user James Drove 5661 on this, the night of Damian Lillard's return to Portland. Milwaukee Bucks, what happened?